Toyota Corolla CTS minivan, hatchback. Actually, it's a Cadillac. It's a Cadillac 2017 CTS, and it's a beauty. As you can see right now, though, it does need a little bit of work. We got a little bit of a hit that it took. There was somebody driving without a seatbelt. And as you can see, driving without a seatbelt isn't the safest thing to do. However, the wheel we're gonna have to replace, obviously, and then we're gonna have to do the suspension, lower control arm, and redo some of the wiring here. And then we'll have to replace the bumper. Some of the rims got bent, so we'll have to replace the rims. There's a fancy fella that was driving this particular vehicle, and he wanted to buy really nice rims, and he bought rims totaling about $2,000 for all of his rims. So we're gonna have to track those down and replace them so that it's like it was before. Coming into the vehicle, we're gonna get some exposure on the effects of driving without a seatbelt. As you can see, he braced himself, and the wheel is a little cockeyed and bent there. So we're gonna have to replace the wheel. We're gonna have to replace the gas pedal, and we're also gonna have to replace the shifters on the wheel as well. And the airbags. Let me just go ahead and show you this gas pedal right here. There you go. That's the gas pedal. No, it's like, it's pretty messed up, man. Like, he gave it a good knocking and a good stomping with his boot foot there. And we're gonna have to replace these here airbags. One of them was replaceable. The other ones we had to order. So the steering wheel airbag, and then the roof airbags. But I mean, she looks pretty good. And then in the back seat, we didn't have any passengers. He was probably a lonely fella, so he was the only one driving. But it looks pretty clean in the back. No interior work needed. As you can see, we took a look at it in there. Everything's up to par, except the obvious airbags that were deployed. And here's that rim I was telling you about. Kind of messed it up a little bit. But that's just aesthetics. You know, that's just eye damage there. She'll be good as new. She took a little bit of a nick to the back here. Looks like someone got her rear there. A little bit of buffing, or a new bumper, that'll replace it. But once we tear into it, we'll find out what's really going on under the hood. Want to make sure that it gets all the way back to new, making it look like OEM. And then on the passenger side, there wasn't too much damage. Of course, we're gonna have to replace a few things. Take a look at the wiring, of course, make sure nothing's busted, broken. We're gonna take a further look at this vehicle here, because what we have examined is that the frame is a little cockeyed, and our radiator popped out quicker than a guy dating 3 or 4 girls at prom night. He went right out the door there. So we got to make sure that nothing's damaged with the radiator, because we got the radiator mount bar right here that is a little cockeyed as well, and we're gonna have to do some welding, prying, and pulling on it. But metal doesn't give too well, so that's gonna be a little bit of investigation. But we'll keep you posted as we continue further on this journey. Oh. Hey guys, how's it going? So we got a special package here, and it is a heavy package, but it's also a heavy package because we had to do a little bit of running around with all our shipping and people that we've been trying to get the parts from. No offense to those that you are selling parts, but oh boy, it's hard to find good people to get parts from. Let me tell you, GM was on strike, and we had to get them from a junkyard in Texas. Real nice lady. She sent us the calipers with the lines and everything. So props to her, she's awesome. But right here we have the suspension that we got now, and we're ready to put it on. We're pretty stoked about that. And it's one piece of the puzzle that we have to finish, and we're gonna be we're gonna be putting that together here shortly. All right, so let's go through this. We got some packing peanuts and some foam, which little kiddos enjoy popping and jumping on. And then coming into the box, our little fort here, we got some more bubble wrap. Let's pop a few bubbles. There we go. And here's the suspension. And we got a little spring thing going on there, and little bolts coming in with it. We don't have to go to the hardware store and get us some bolts. We got them right on the package there. Just kidding, we're not gonna go to the hardware store to get bolts. We go to AutoZone or somewhere like there. And then we got this little piece right here, and the rotor and the caliper that I was telling you about, and came with the lines and just the whole thingamajig's all put together there. So all we gotta do is slap it on.
So after we put the suspension on, tighten everything up, the wheel, and then we realized that underneath the drive shaft came out and it's broken, so we got to order a new drive shaft for underneath. I'll show you. So we actually took it out already. And it's actually wattled out. It separated the middle and wattled it out, so you can't put them back together. You gotta order a new one. You always find different stuff when you get a damaged car, but other than that, we didn't find too much damage. Yeah, we gotta get it on the frame because it shifted about a few centimeters to the left, so to line everything up, because there's a big gap right here between the hood and the fender and then the headlight. And this is pushed out. I don't know if you can tell, but it is pushed out, so we got to push it back in right here as well. So the frame shifted this way.